Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today as we continue our series, The Act of Balancing Life. This month, we've been talking about how to find balance in all areas of our lives. And today, we're focusing on physical awareness, specifically on how to balance exercise, nutrition, and rest for our optimal well-being. And also, I'm excited to just talk with you about physical wellness today. As always, we have some amazing resources available to support you on your journey. And if you haven't already, be sure to download our free mini ebook, 5 Simple Ways to Set Your Intentions for a Harmonious Life. It's filled with practical tips on how to help you to create a balance in your daily routine. And for those who are ready to dive deeper, we also have a comprehensive guide called The Balancing Act, a guide to harmonizing your life, which explores all aspects of balancing living. And don't forget about our 21-day challenge of living life balance. We're halfway there. We're almost there. We're halfway through it, but it's been amazing to see the reflections and the progress for participants. So if you haven't joined yet, it's never too late. You can start anytime, and you could take your own pace. You could go at your own pace. So if we're at day 11, you might want to start at day 1, go backwards, Hey. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And then when we return, we'll get more deeper into this topic about physical wellness and how can we balance it? How can we balance exercise, nutrition, and rest? And see, this is something truly that I've been going through for the past few months. When I tell you aging is aging over here, aging is aging, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'll be right back.
Exciting news, everyone. Nyomi Banks, your favorite transitional life and relationship coach and the inspiring host of the Season of Self-Love podcast, has just released another incredible resource for your personal growth journey, introducing her latest transformational ebook and workbook, Balancing Life, a guide to harmonizing your life. This 50-page guide is designed to help you navigate the complexities of life, bringing balance and harmony into your everyday experience. Perfectly paired with our amazing new series for this month, The Act of Balancing Life. This workbook is packed with practical exercises, insightful prompts, and valuable tools to empower you on your path to self-discovery and fulfillment. Don't miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself and enhance your journey toward a balanced life. Balancing Act is available now. Grab your copy today and step into a world of harmony and self-love.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi Banks, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on
So
our
that's a
website,
really
the
big
season
barrier.
of
Really big barrier.
selflovepodcast.com.
Let me ask you this. With the truth, is it
All right. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love Podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks. And today we're talking about physical wellness, balancing exercise, nutrition, and rest. This is a part of our monthly series, the act of balancing life here. All right. So before we dive in, let's take a moment to just center ourselves with a brief guided meditation. All right. So wherever you are, and if it's safe to do so, I want to invite you to close your eyes and just simply soften your gaze. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and hold for a moment. Now release. Now as you exhale, I want you to let go of any tension that you might be carrying on. Whether it's physical tension in your body or mental stress from the week, I want you to inhale deeply again, filling the air in your lungs. And I want you to exhale slowly, releasing any lingering stress. I want you to allow yourself to be full and present in this moment. Now I want you to inhale peace. Hold. Now exhale tension. I want you to do that one more time. I want you to inhale peace through the nose. Hold. And exhale slowly tension. Now when you are ready, I want you to gently open your eyes and bring your awareness back to the present moment, all right? All right, and if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love Podcast, it's something we do every day, Monday through Friday, is that we do a nice, quick, guided meditation just to help center us before we get into the topic at hand, all right? All right, so today we're talking about physical awareness and balance, exercise, nutrition, and rest. All right, so I want to start off by sharing a little bit about my own journey with balancing physical wellness, especially during menopause, perimenopause. And for those of you who might not know what perimenopause is, this is the transitional phase from menopause, before menopause, and it comes with a lot of emotional and physical challenges. When I say I thought I was ready for this, I was not ready for this. And the thing is that I know it took me a while to, truly embrace getting older. Probably about, what am I? I'll be 52. I'm 52. So I started about 46, 47. So about 7 years ago is when I truly started embracing that I am now in my 40s and I will soon be 50. But it's been an amazing journey. And I want to embrace that, right? Right? But no one told me about premenopause. I heard about menopause, but no one told me about premenopause. Yeah. They never told me the thing. See, now I'm getting ready to go on, but I really truly needed to do this episode because I am currently going through this right now on working on balancing myself through exercise, nutrition, and rest because it's been for me, this is a must. This is a must. You see, for me, I noticed the shift in my energy levels and my moods and just my overall well-being. And when I say it's a real challenge to balance the exercise, the nutrition, and the rest in a way that it feels right for my body. There were days when I felt too tired to move, and other days when my mind was racing, but my body didn't even have the energy to keep up. Now, I know that you've been seeing me, especially these past few years, especially this year that I've been doing a lot of exercise. So my body weight been up and down. And it's not because of what I'm eating. It's just that's what's been happening with my body. I said that with the buildup of the cortisol, the estrogen, just all of that has been so out of whack for me as a woman that's in my 50s. I'm in my early 50s. And so learning to be able to balance all of that, um, it has been challenging. I don't want to say difficult. I just want to say challenging, because some days I have amazing days. And some days it'd be like, okay, now what's happening here? Now what's happening now? And, I don't, this is my thing. And I know we have a lot of men that listen to this show. And I wonder what that midlife crisis is for men. Is it kind of the same thing? And I'm just being honest. Is it kind of the same thing? Do men also go through that in their own way of that menopausal or premenopausal symptoms that we go through? Not the same, but to where is that they are holding on weight that they no longer want, and their emotions are all over the board of things. You know what I'm saying? Or their energy is low. Or their energy is low, right? All right, but it's one thing I realized that during this time, me trying to find balance, it became more important than ever. I had to listen to my body and adjust my routines and really focus on self-compassion. So some days that I meant going for a walk instead of doing high intensity, I have to listen to my body. Everything is not about lifting weights for me. I have to listen to my body. Other days it's meant for, taking an afternoon nap and not feeling guilty about it. I'm big on that feeling guilty, like I used to feel like I have to continue to keep doing everything because I am an entrepreneur. I do own my own businesses. And so I figured that I've always have to do something. But then my body said, you know what, it's time to shut it down. And we have to listen to our bodies sometimes, especially, oh my God, especially after COVID. Especially after COVID. It's like once we had COVID, sometimes we have these lingering after effects from COVID. And so now we need to try to figure out what is it for us, not only for this age, whatever age you are, whatever age we are at this moment, but also what do we put it in our bodies? What are we allowing to stress us out? Are we getting enough rest? Are we taking time to detox from TV, from internet, and even from other people? It's about learning the process, and one that's still evolving for me. But I found that by tuning into what my body needs and making small adjustments instead of big ones like I used to before, I'm able to maintain a more balanced and support of my well-being. Because again, and I believe I said it um, earlier in this season, is that in this series, is that I'm truly trying to just stay away from any kind of medication. And so more of a more healthier, holistic type of balancing for me is what I've been doing with this. Now I want to dive into some insights from chapter 5 of our guide of the balancing act, a guide of harmonizing your life. And in this chapter, we're focusing on cultivating physical well-being through exercise, nutrition, and rest. And with these 3 pillars, they are very essential for a balanced and healthy life. First, let's talk about prioritizing exercise. So regular movement is so important for both our physical and our mental health. But that doesn't mean that you have to spend hours in a gym every day. Finding an exercise routine that works for you, whether it's yoga, walking, training, or dancing, is a key to staying consistent. It's all about finding what feels good for your body and making that part of your daily routine. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day or moving your body will make a big difference in how you feel. Just last week, I was down for a few days with my migraine was very, And when I say I could not move, any sound, any light was debilitating for me. Crazy. And I remember I was down for 3 days. And I said, no, I have to get up. I have to get up. I have to record my shows for next week. I have to make sure this is happening. Need to do this. I need to do, this. And so I remember waking up that next morning, and I remember getting up, getting into the shower, washing my hair. And I remember I said, okay, let me go into my meditation room. And I remember going into my meditation room at that moment. And I remember I said, okay, I'm not going to allow this migraine just take over me. To take over me, because I understand what I'm battling right now. I'm battling estrogen. I'm balancing my cortisol. I'm stressing about a lot of things. I'm balancing of the imbalance of my perimenopause. I'm balancing all of those things, as well as not understanding what's going on with my migraines. That's a whole nother story. We talk about it much, much later. All right. So as I'm trying to balance all of those things, as I'm meditating and trying to stay in the mindfulness, as I'm writing in my journal, I hear, it's time to dance. It's time to dance and it's time to clean. Okay, I've been down for 3 days. My house is a mess because I haven't cleaned. So I go downstairs. I start downstairs. I have my headphones on. And something said, go to this, my favorite. I think it was my favorites. And it was 10 songs. It was one Christmas song and 9 songs. And these songs were all songs that I assuming that I favorite, but didn't know that I had favored these songs as they were in other playlists. And so I remember playing these music, and I was out by the pool, and I just started dancing. The very first song that came on was A New Day by Patti LaBelle. And I remember this song so well because this is a song that I drove to California in. When I chose to move to the West Coast about 20 years ago, that was the song that was on constant repeat as I was driving to California. It's a new day. Open my heart, and yes, that song was playing, and I remember just dancing by the pool. And as I'm dancing by the pool, and it had to be about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I played in my headphones because I didn't want to, disturb the neighbors, so I didn't put it on the speakers outside in the back. So I had it in my headphones, and I'm dancing in the light. It's glistening off of the pool. But in that moment, I felt just so at ease because I remember that journey. I remember that journey. I remember that 24-hour ride in my little black little, what was it I had? Pontiac Grand Am. Pontiac Grand Am. And I just remember, it was like, wow, I've truly had an amazing journey. And I'm standing, dancing in my beautiful backyard, doing something that I truly love to do. So I said, where are these migraines coming from? Why am I allowing things to stress me out? Especially things that I no longer have control over. And as I continue to dance, more songs come on. More songs come on. And as the different songs come on, there's different songs that are relatable to different people in my family that have moved on. And I call them my angel, my grandmother. You Know Your Own Strength by Whitney Houston. That was a song that I did a praise dance for my grandmother for her 70th birthday. And then my daughter did it for her funeral, her homegoing. And then another song came on, the Zoom by the Commodores. That was a song by my dear cousin / god brother, Poppy, who I named a foundation, a Papa Like Foundation for multiple sclerosis. I remember every year when I was in the industry, I used to do a fundraiser every March Madness. And I would use that funding for that fundraiser, and I would give it to my cousin and his family because he had custody of 3 of his 5 children while dealing with MS. And so those were, just understanding my journey and appreciating where I've been, where I'm at now in life. And then there was another song that came on called On Your Face by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And this song used to be my father's favorite song. He used to play it when I was a little girl. I remember being back in Chicago in Morgan Park area. And I remember just being and listening to the music. He used to play it all the time. And you know how you hear the groove of the song and you don't really know all the words to it. And I remember I have heard these words before, and I remember looking at the words before, but on this particular morning, as I'm cleaning and cleansing my house and dancing, I started to realize what these words were. And each one of those words truly showed me who my father was. Because he said, regardless of what the difficult times in your life, no matter what's on the outside, what matter, doesn't matter what shows on your face. You have to smile from inside. And that spoke volumes to me on that day. And so when we talk about moving and dancing, I remember texting one of my dear girlfriends, and she was checking on me to see how my migraine. I said, girl, I'm dancing this migraine right up out of me. But I also understand that I have to keep moving. Even though that my head might hurt, just me getting up and me moving my body, me understanding that I'm bringing energy to my spirit, energy to my soul. That in that moment, I had an amazing day. That started my day. Just that dancing. And I just started cleaning. Matter of fact, I cleaned. I think I edited a few videos, a few shows. I got a lot of work in that day. A lot of work in that day. And I just wanted to share that story with you, that it's not all about just working out. It's just even a simple of dancing, playing your music, vibing, just vibe out. And I do that a lot. Just vibe out. Play that music on and just dance. And it just gets me in a mood, and it helps balance. It helps move me in a way that, man, when I say it just goes, that stress, it just goes. And then I just feel my body just floating. Just floating. Yeah. Next, let's move on to mindful nutrition choices. This is something I believe we talked about the other day as well, in our my daily mindful episode. You see, what we eat plays a huge role in how we feel, especially during times of hormonal changes like my perimenopause. I found that focusing on whole nutrition dense food like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, that it will support my energy level and moods. And it's also important to pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If something isn't working for your body, don't be afraid to make adjustments. Let me be honest. This is probably one of my most challenging things right here. I remember having a conversation with myself like, girl, don't you want to feel better? Don't you want to have energy? Well, you need to put that French fry down. French fries, potato chips, baked potatoes, smothered potatoes, mashed potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. Yes, that is my Achilles heel. And I have to learn that I can't eat potato chips, French fries, baked potatoes, boiled potatoes, mashed potatoes. I don't bake potatoes. I cannot eat. I'm talking about white and red potatoes. I'm not talking about that. I can't eat it. Not like I used to. So I have to ask myself again, and I have to check myself. If you say you want the energy to be able to do all that you want to do in life, and I tell myself, I look in the mirror, if you want the energy that you say you want to be able to do everything that you want in life, if you truly are searching for joy or you want to be joyful, you have to find a substitute. You understand what your body is going through. You understand now what your body is going through. So now you have to find things that now are a part of your makeup. What your makeup before or what you ate before, that's no longer aligned with your body. I know that slice of pizza tastes good. Now you have to find a way. How can I eat a slice of pizza, but it not have all that stuff on it that's going to elevate my cholesterol, or that's going to elevate, my cause my hormonal balance to get off. Now I have to take those vitamins. Yes, to help me to do, so I can make sure that I have a healthy balance for me. Not nobody else, but for me. And that's where you have to understand and say, what helps me balance with my wellness, my nutrition, my exercise. So let's talk about this. This is another thing that's been very difficult for me. And it's like, I don't want to be up in the middle of the night. I promise you I don't. I want to be to sleep. But one of the side effects or one of the symptoms of perimenopause is unable to sleep. And for me to be healthy and lose weight and have a balanced life is rest, right? Incorporating rest and relaxation in our daily, right? You see, rest is just as important as exercise and nutrition, but it's often overlooked. Getting enough sleep is so crucial for physically recovering, mental clarity, and emotional balance. And I encourage you to build rest days into your routine and practice mindful relaxation techniques, whether it's meditation, deep breathing, we talked about that on Monday, or simply taking a break to enjoy a quiet moment. It's all about giving your body the time it needs to recharge. So for me, when I have those days, now I'm looking at it different. When I have those days, when I have those migraines that's very debilitating for me and I'm not able to move, this is where I need to take, okay, let me rest my body. Let me stop tripping about because I didn't do A, B, C, and D. Let me focus on and rest right now because I might not be able to rest tomorrow. So now I have to kind of rearrange the way that I look at things from a different perspective. And also, I want to take a moment to do a check-in with everybody that's participating in our 21-day challenge. Right now, in real time, if you're listening to it on the real time, we're on day 11. We are on day 11. So if you're new to this podcast and you just, stumbled on it and you probably on day 20 something and you don't have this 21-day challenge of living balance, You can now go to our website and you can download this 21-day challenge. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about, but then you can begin your own challenge from there, all right? I just want to make that clear. All right, so today's focus is all about creating a self-care ritual, whether it's a morning routine that sets the tone for your day or an evening ritual that helps you to unwind, creating a balanced atmosphere. So it's important for your overall well-being. I want you to take a moment to reflect on your progress so far. Have you noticed any shift in how you feel? And what rituals or practices have you implemented into that are helping you to create more balance in your life? And I want you to feel free to share your experience on our social media or send me an email, because I truly would love to hear about this challenge and how it's going for you. All right, and for those that haven't joined the challenge yet, as I said before, it's not too late. I encourage you to download also the free mini ebook and start implementing these strategies that we talked about today. You know, small steps lead to big changes. And it's all about finding what works for you. You can also connect with me on social media or through a podcast website. I love hearing from our listeners about their experience. And it's such a joy to see the community supporting each other on this journey. Now, as we come to the end of today's episode, let's take another moment to ground ourselves with a short meditation at this time. We're going to focus on gratitude and relaxation as we prepare for this weekend, all right? So if you can close your eyes for me, get comfortable, and take a deep breath in. And I want you to exhale slowly. Now inhale again, filling yourself with gratitude for your body and all that it does for you each day. Now, as you exhale, I want you to let go of any stress or tension that has built up over this week. And with each breath, I want you to feel your body relaxing. I want you to feel your mind quieting and allowing yourself to embrace the peace within. Now take one more deep breath in and slowly release. And when you are ready to open up your eyes and bring your awareness back to this present moment. All right, my beautiful people, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And I hope that today's episode has given you some valuable insights on how to balance exercise, nutrition, and rest in your daily life. And I hope that my story on me dealing with my premenopause have not scared you all. But also I want you to remember that it's all about finding what works for you and making small adjustments along the way. So be sure to tune in next week as we continue our series of Balancing Life. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It really helps us to grow and reach more people on their journey of self-love and wellness. So until next time, I want you to take care of yourselves and keep practicing self-love, and have a beautiful weekend. Again, thank you. Have an amazing day. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.